And welcome y'all to Blacker the Berry. I am Dean, baby. That over there is Legendary Los. And y'all know exactly who the fuck that is down there at the bottom of the screen. Y'all know the man. Y'all seen him on Jays and Joe's. He's obviously been on Blacker the Berry more than multiple times, as well as Hump Day highlights every Wednesday.
Hump Day.
See what I'm saying? It's the big homie.
You know the fucking
coming. Bad times coming out of Saturdays and Wednesdays into a Thursday. What it do, baby?
I'm here.
You got called up to the main roster.
Listen, everything that fuck that. Be everything with BTB's the main roster. Get out of here, son. You know what I'm saying? Ben out here got segments.
Yeah,
I mean, I wonder if he brings it out today with them articles.
I've been a star. I've been the G League. I've been, middle of the pack. I've been around. I'm a journeyman, man. I'm a BTB journeyman.
I respect it. Well, I'm out here, son.
I'm like the Ryan. I'm like the Ryan Fitzpatrick of BTB, and I'm cool with that career. I'm okay with that.
And listen, and eventually, when this thing gets to where it needs to get to, and then we're signing deals and doing what we need to do, then obviously Ben gets his whole own 6 hours every day on the set on the fucking show.
That's not guaranteed.
Talking mad shit.
Go ahead. Listen, if he brings in them numbers, why not?
Yeah. We're on the verge of getting canceled.
I'm just gonna listen.
Virgin.
Oh, that's fucked up.
You see this asshole? I like you, Ben. You're fucking. Man. I like working with you. I fucking love the energy. But now, hold on, time out, because let's call a spade here now, baby. And let's talk about why we're here now, baby. And honestly, we wouldn't be here without Ben in this regard. We've had some monsters on this show, but Ben has brought us another monster. Yes, people. Yes.
Yo, man, listen. I would like to introduce.
Go ahead.
What I mean? My homegirl, listen, great people, future superstar, you know what I mean?
Or professional wrestler, depending on where she goes.
Listen, superstar in life, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Bianca Sophia, man. Yo, bring her up there.
I think you're right, but I just want to let people know
it didn't feel right.
Who the fuck
you want no. Listen. It's not what you hear and listen.
Baby. On that.
It's not what you hear and listen. Okay, my fault. Listen, give it to Dean. Give it to Uncle.
She come across the border up north from Canada, folk. Decided to trek on into the United States, and as she's crossing through the states, every state she hit, she got a bitch ass she must beat. And what we mean by that is, in something they call the squared circle, there's only one woman that wants to truly reign supreme out here. You got some queens up top, but you got a sniper out here waiting for you. You seen her on NWA. You know what that is, people? Come on now. Y'all can check it out on the Fight TV app. That's what she be at she was just on the Empower pay-per-view. She is a modeler. Excuse me. Did I say modelish? Well, she's a model. Excuse me. Also fucking facts. Also phenomenal in regards to her weightlifting regimen, and phenomenal in regards to her diet game. Don't ask her about any goddamn recipes.
We don't need no tips.
Figure that out yourself. Just know she on her game. Listen, people. Coming from out here in Canada, we got Bianca Sophia. Shout out! Welcome to the stage. We appreciate you, Bianca. Oops, hold on. Can we see it? Oops, we're going to pop out and boom.
Hello? My computer is frozen. Oh my God. I feel like
what happened?
I was gone for like so long. Okay, well, ta-da! Here I am.
I don't know what you call to that intro.
Welcome.
Oh my God, what happened?
You're gonna have some beef in the squared circle.
Oh, no.
Damn right. I said, coming from Canada, in every state, you got somebody ass you need to beat. I feel you in that. Oh,
yeah, they want smoke now. They're gonna be like, so we saw you on an interview. And
listen. She got BT's vouch. My sis ready to go.
Oh,
she's
ready.
TTG, man. TTG, man.
When the Wi-Fi is working, I'm ready.
Well connected, well respected.
It's the only thing that can stop you. So, quick question for you, right?
Yeah.
What is yes, because I said it earlier, you are a professional wrestler. Ben said you're a future superstar. I said it depends on where you go. You could be a professional wrestler, superstar, and people in the wrestling world know what the hell I'm talking about. But when there comes down to wrestling, we have the different styles, people say, right? You have the chain wrestling. Then you also have like, a lot of guys that go out there, call it in the ring. Then you have like hard style in Japan, things like that. Then you have like guys bringing more to like an MMA kind of style, which I guess would be hard style too. People know where I'm going from. What is the difference that you have seen, at least coming from Canada to the States, in regards to the wrestling styles?
Honestly, from what I've seen, it's pretty much the same stuff. And I think that's because the wrestling community is really tight knit. So like if someone, like a lot of our guys in Canada have come to the States, trained, gone to Europe, trained. And when they come back with like whatever knowledge they gained. Same thing here. Like there's a lot of Americans that I train with that have been to other schools. So it's kind of like everyone's traveling everywhere, working with everyone, bringing back to their own place, like whatever it is they learned. And we kind of all just end up knowing the same stuff. Like the wrestling world is so small. Literally everybody knows each other and in each other's business.
I like to get messy.
Sound like Bianca got a little drama.
No, I don't have anything. I got nothing.
Settle this in the ring. You know what I'm saying?
She ain't trying to catch no heat. Leave her alone, man.
Listen, I call a spade a spade.
Man.
Who we got beef with, sis? What's going on?
I have beef with no one.
Okay.
I like everybody.
Listen, you got a beef with unhealthy.
You gotta watch out for those. Those be the ones. I like everybody. Yeah, all right.
I like everybody. I give everybody a chance. And I think everybody is genuinely like a good person. But when they prove that wrong, like I give them the benefit of the doubt. When they prove that wrong, then
you lay it and smack it down. Then you lay it and smack it down.
Are you a one striker? Like one strike they out?
It's like
you are.
It depends. It depends. Usually it depends, right? Like, because if it's a really close friend and it's like, oh, they messed up. Okay, they messed up again. Oh, like okay, one more. Usually, like if it's somebody that like I'm invested in, I give them 3. If it's someone I don't know,
burn them.
They might get one. Like quick.
Right. It's giving protect my peace at all costs. You know what I'm saying?
You're presenting good vibes, but it depends on your relationship with them for the stick. You know what I mean? For the stick, But yo, man,
I do. Go ahead.
What were you gonna say, Los?
That was me, Dean.
So, don't mind me. I'm a little high.
I'm fucking with you. So, kind of like, let's go kind of like back into the world of pro wrestling for a hot second, right? So, you are now working in the independents. How and for people who aren't natural, because we aren't like a natural born pro wrestling podcast. We're a podcast and we love to interview a whole slew of interesting people. And we have been fortunate enough to have professional wrestlers on. But I do want to ask you, because you are right now, like, in like, the nitty gritty of your career, kind of like grinding out who you are, what you are, how everything's going to go. And you have been doing it in a phenomenal fashion. How are the indies as shiesty as people like to believe? And for everybody, and then for people listening, like, well, what are the indies? Well, independent wrestling and is like, it's, you have different promoters that have like, and they may operate in different territories. And then they put on shows there, and then they obviously, promotions will have their champions, but it's basically what you see on television, just on like a smaller scale, and then you'll catch them at arenas and things like, small arenas, like, armories, things like that. Now, what I meant by is the independents as shiesty as everyone wants to say it is because there are as many good stories as you hear about the independents. You hear a lot of horror stories in regards to like, it could be a promoter, who doesn't, a janky promoter who doesn't, pay you like, what is guaranteed. Maybe like, your travel was supposed to be one way, then they do another thing. And then maybe this hasn't happened to you, but you may have seen or heard stories. Like, is it like, what have you had to have your eye out on? And then even with other wrestlers too, because, people can't take liberties and that can cause a problem. So how do you protect yourself in all of that?
So, like, personally, like, most of my experiences have been really good, really fine. Lately I've been working with a lot of really professional people. I think honestly, it comes down to having life experience. And this is the thing, like with wrestling, like some people try to, you get so lost in the wrestling bubble. Like if something weird happens, it's like, oh, well, like this is what happens in the wrestling world. And it's being able to take a step back and being like, okay, you wrestle and wrestling happens on this earth, but the whole world like doesn't operate a certain way. So you shouldn't let things fly. So it really comes down to like having self-respect and like being clear-minded and being grounded. And so like if something happens that you don't like, let's say it's that promoter and they have the power to put you on a show or not. Some people might, get pushed around by that promoter because, they think it'll help their career. At the end of the day, you have to have the self-respect to say, you know what, if this goes against who I am, my morals, what makes me feel good, what makes me feel proud, then no, you don't need that. You don't need anything in life that doesn't make you feel good. And I think as long as you're listening to your moral compass, then it is going to be okay. But there's definitely scenarios I've heard of where people, they go against their gut, and that's when the problems happen, when you go against your gut.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it, obviously in life, like there's shiesty people. There's people who will push the envelope if they can. But that's like with everything. Like sometimes you have that one friend, or there's that one person in the neighborhood, or like that, like, you know what I mean? There's always that one person that tries to mess with you or tries to push the envelope. So again, it's like, just being mindful of, okay, you want this to be your career, but this isn't like corporate, like at the indie level, it's not corporate. There's no HR. So you're your HR.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Like same if you're hanging out with your friends or like whoever, like you're out, there's no HR. Like you have to have your own back. And it's very much like that. You got to keep your circle small, like stick to yourself and keep your eyes open.
So you used to be up the bullies in high school, huh?
Who, me?
You sound like you beat up the bullies. You sound like you was a superhero.
One time, no, I didn't beat up the bullies. I didn't bully the bullies, but if I saw somebody bullying somebody else, like there was a time, this really nice girl in high school, she was a good friend of mine. She was really heavy. And these two girls were picking on her, and like, I was not having that. So I went up and real quick, the tables turned. I actually made those two girls run off crying, and I made sure my friend Susie was okay because, oopsie. I just,
right.
Name drop.
Oopsie. If she ever sees this, honestly, she's a sweetheart. She did not deserve that. But, I always like to stand up for those who, maybe didn't want to stand up for themselves, or if I saw somebody being bullied, I'd make sure that those bullies were the ones that felt stupid, because that's not cool.
Now, you also can throw hands, though.
Yeah, I'm about to say, safe to say, nothing gets past you right here. Like,
if
you need that back end, you're gonna get your back end. Okay.
Because I'm just saying all jokes aside, because I'm saying, but you can also throw hands, and I'm assuming, and the reason I'm assuming that is because we're just gonna drop this real fast, people. We'll pick up on it a little bit later, but. We are happen to be talking to Santino Marella's daughter. She just so happens to be Santino's daughter. She's not here because of that. But for people who follow wrestling, they know that Santino, besides like in the squared circle, he may have acted like he had a comedic role, within the WWE universe. But don't get it twisted. He will choke you the fuck out. I believe he does jujitsu. If I'm not mistaken.
Judo and jiu-jitsu.
Judo and jiu-jitsu. That's the worst combination. Not somebody you want to around and then fucking it's disgusting. So I'm assuming that you also grew up learning and knowing how to throw hands.
Well, I mean, like, I definitely knew things like that, but I wasn't really something like I would do. Like I wouldn't like in the playground. Like I wouldn't. No, like I was honestly
you were a girly girl.
I was like.
I thought he had you in dojos.
I was like a teacher's pet, like goody two shoes, like stayed out of trouble, kind of a pushover. And then like grade 7, I had like my pivotal moment where like I was always a pushover, always quiet. And then finally someone was like picking on me and I had enough. And I snapped. And after that, there was no looking back. I wasn't as nice as I used to be before. That was
And then
my
he started
moment.
defending the good.
Tiger.
She's looking
Did you
around
say the eye of the tiger?
Yeah, she was out there defending the good and weakening the feeble. It was like Batman or something.
Oh my god. My mom kind of
Vigilante.
raised me to be like that. My mom was really like, so she grew up in like Mississauga, like Canada. It's in Toronto. It's like right next to Toronto. She grew up there in like a neighborhood that was like mostly like white kids, and my mom was half Pakistani and like half Finnish, and so she like faced a lot of like hard times being like from a, what's it called, like multi-race like family of immigrants. Like so like guys would like fight my mom. Like my mom would have to like she'd be the only girl like in that school getting picked on, and she'd have to like fight the boys off because they tried to scrap her. And so like she raised me and my sisters to be like really strong. Like, don't take anything from anybody. Always stand up for yourself. She doesn't care. She told us she doesn't care who it is. You don't let anybody disrespect you, and you always stand up for people who maybe are too scared to stand up for themselves. So that's where I kind of got that from. She's tough.
Shout out to Bianca's mom. Shout out to mom. Going in all out.
Mom,
Kicking ass and taking names.
So what I wanted to know is because
Canadians were nice, motherfuckers.
That's what I thought. I was under the impression that Canadians are nice. I went to a Blue Jays game when they're playing the Yankees, right? And they just beat. I guess they just won the championship. The Raptors just won. So I'm like, yo, do you guys like talk shit? Like, what do you guys like to do? He's like, nah. Nah. I'm like, so generally, Canadians are super nice. So,
or maybe that's just a fucked up stereotype that Americans have because we're just
so
assholish. We're just like, oh, you think you're bad, but we're hearing some fucked up shit. They got fucking dudes fighting women. Shit.
Americans are so much nicer, and I'm not even kidding.
You think so?
Oh my god!
She must be not talking about New Yorkers though,
because she's in Florida. That's that Southern hospitality shit.
Yeah. Have you been in New York?
Really?
Yeah, like Canadians, they say they're nice because they have manners. Like they'll hold the door open for you and they'll say thank you and you're welcome. Like they have surface manners, but at the end of the day, I feel like American people are genuinely so much nicer. Like they have more kindness in their heart. They're more like giving. They're more real. They're more relatable. Like they actually care about you when they talk to you. Like in Canada, I feel like you're just getting like, it's like, I don't know. It just feels fake. Wow. Like it does.
Wow. I get it. It's like, you know,
I
like
think it's
the
reverse,
old
though.
women. You know the old women in like you when you go to church.
Fuck you, bitch.
Come on here, baby.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say the same thing.
Get your right.
Ooh, baby,
I think
you gained a little weight.
It's the other way around though, because we perceive Canadians to be super nice, and we think that our fellow Americans are like, obviously rude because we can see through the mask. What you come from the other side, it's like, oh, Canadians are fake and they're surface, and then the Americans are super nice, and we're like, what?
Yeah, that's a fact.
New Yorkers is the only place where you could walk past somebody and say, "How's it going?" and they will never respond to you.
Literally, they won't even catch. You won't even catch eye contact. Legit.
Like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Toronto too, like Mississauga. Like if someone was like, "How's it going?" you'd be like, "Oh my god, like this person's weird," and you're gonna run fast.
It's pre.
Yeah.
No wonder.
Oh man, I did not expect that kind of a turn.
Well,
yeah, that's
maybe it's just Toronto. Like maybe it's the Toronto area because like I think if you go into smaller towns, yeah, people are nicer. But like I'm from like Toronto, Mississauga, like city people. I think maybe it's like a city thing because if you go like out more, then yeah, people are super like chattery. They just want to chat at the gas station. Yeah.
Really? New Yorkers don't believe in small talk. We don't. Is how's it going? And then we say how's it going to you too. we answer the question.
Yeah, there's nothing and then don't answer it because we don't care.
I'm not even asking you. I'm not even asking you because I care. I'm asking you because I caught you looking at me.
Yeah, it's legit like just a reaction. It's like it's autopilot, literally.
Burden me with your problems. If I'm interviewing you, yes, I care. But if we're walking in the street and like, how you doing? Good. And if you're not doing good, you say fine. That's how this goes.
Yeah. I usually hit him with a little.
What do you do this?
I give him a little.
You know.
You know what I'm saying?
What up,
That's
brother?
how this goes. We're not
But-
asking you because we
All right,
care.
before I ask the question,
Yeah, sorry about that.
I just wanted to say, what about the times where you like catch a random person looking at you? I don't want to say is a specific type of people, but it is. But when you catch them looking at you and they give you a little half smile, like. You know what I'm saying? Like, you catch them
They
looking
drop
at
their
you,
head.
and they're like,
Nah,
God.
nah. You know what shit fucks with me the worst when they do the little. You know what I mean? That
What's
with
that?
the eyes.
that's another thing. If they don't smile, they do that.
Shit. Yeah, that shit.
You're like,
Listen, this is person I see on the regular, and they do that shit every time I walk past them. Every time I see them, I just be like, "Yo, stop! Just don't."
Oh
stop.
my god!
Smile, do something else. Just don't. Every time you fucking see me, bro, it's weird.
but so what I wanted to know, right? Very important thing is obviously we've seen so many generations in pro wrestling, right? We have Flair's, all these other families, right? Rocky's family and all this other stuff. How important is it to you to also embrace your father's legacy, but also like create something on your own?
That's a good question because, like, you know, at the end of the day, like, I'm my own person. Like, you know, you want to be independent, but at the same time, like, I have a lot of respect for my dad, and like, you know, he went on his own when I was like 8. He like left the country and he was in Japan. He was in Kentucky. He was really on a tight budget, like away from family. And I didn't really understand it until I got older, until I'm doing it now. Like, it's not as fun as I thought. He was having this great time. And I kind of was like, you know, yeah, but I thought kind of like, oh, my dad wants to go be famous instead of like be home. Like, I didn't realize, like, yeah, he told me it was for us, and he was doing this for us because my dad was a single dad. My parents divorced when I was like 1. So me and my dad were all each other, like, had on that side for like 20 years till I was like 20. So, you know, he told me, I'm doing this for us, Bianca. Like, it'll make a better life for us. But I was kind of always like, okay, but you're there. Like, I'd rather you're here. And like, you know, maybe he wants to be famous more than be my dad. And as a kid, like, I knew that wasn't true, but part of it hurt me. And so now that I'm like in a new country by myself on the grind, I'm like, damn, like, he must have been lonely. Like, he must have, you know, missed me so much because like I miss all my family so much, and I've been kind of lonely, and it's hard work. And so I'm kind of gaining like a different perspective on what he did sacrifice. You know, I had to sacrifice too as a kid without really a choice. But that doesn't mean he didn't sacrifice. And that's kind of what I'm realizing now, that he did sacrifice too. And so I want to pay respect to that. And I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if it wasn't for him. So if there's any opportunity in the wrestling world that they like want me to, like, it's okay for me to be my dad's daughter, then I want to, you know, maybe use that Marella name and just kind of be proud to be my like father's daughter, and be proud of, you know, the journey that he went on, and then, you know, how I followed his footsteps. I think that's, I think it's an awesome thing. And
continuing the legacy.
It just made such a big impact on my life that it'd be almost like silly to like kind of pretend it didn't exist, because it's so like there for me. But at the same time, you know, throughout my life, you know, through all those, you know, through growing up, I did become myself. I am Bianca. Like, that is my dad. I have respect for him. I love him so much. He's like one of my best friends in the world. But I am me. I'm not the same person as my dad. Like, and, you know, this is my journey. And, you know, maybe I'm on this journey because of him, but like, this is my time.
Exact same way.
Yeah.
Listen, you got to elevate. You the next generation. You got to do even better.
So to 100%. Follow up with this, Dean, BT, just take a load off real quick. I got the next 5-10 minutes. Now go get some coffee.
Listen, I took us in the beginning. I ain't mad at it, baby. Do your thing.
So like, seeing your dad's career, seeing how everything played out, and now following not in his footsteps, but following some of the same paths and going on the same kind of trajectory and how he went. What are some of the things that you saw, like, like reflecting off of his career and be like, all right, I know not to do that now, you know, because he went through these struggles.
Right. I mean,
or maybe not he did this wrong, but something you would do differently because of you saw how he felt about it.
And it can be as little as like travel stuff too. Doesn't have like, you know what I mean? Because for y'all, everything encompasses everything.
It is.
Y'all lives are fucking on the road.
I mean, like one huge difference, like, you know, how he was gone back then, like in 2003, 2006, like we didn't have iPhones. Like, you know, I think my father felt a lot more disconnected from family. And I think, you know, I have iPhones, so I try to FaceTime everyone. So like there's kind of a difference in technology. So like I'm sure like that's something if he could have done differently, he would have done. It's kind of like call everybody up on FaceTime when he had a chance. So like that's something that I'm really focused on, is that even though I'm in another country, I want to still feel involved with my family, where like I do feel like, you know, he was really disconnected for a while just because life on the road is like you're somewhere else. Yeah. But now with these bad boys, you can be somewhere else.
You can be anywhere.
You're literally right there.
Yeah. Shout out to Steve Jobs. So another question for you. So you know, you're a good-looking female.
I knew that was coming when you took an awkward pause.
Well, because I
was like, he's going to say good-looking female.
I want to be like, hey, you're smoking. You know what I mean? So I want to be respectful.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be like, yo, Bianca's a John. You know what I mean? But anyway, for the most part, what, like, how is it, or do you see any difficulties in like asserting yourself as not just a pretty face, but an actual talent as well?
No, because you know what? When I go to training, like I go there, like you can tell I'm there to train because I'm not looking like a pretty female. I have a messy bun. Like I've been working out all day, and you know, when I'm in the gym or when I'm in the ring, like I'm not laughing around, not playing. Like I look serious. Like I'm, especially in the gym, like I look like a very grumpy, unapproachable person. But you know what? That's probably because as a female in the gym, I've been approached so many times, and so it is difficult that I purposely walk around like
unapproachable,
like scowling.
Yeah.
You have to.
It kind of sucks that you got to, though, that people just can't like.
Dude, walk up on you like, hey, you know what? Forget it.
Yeah, or people like even yesterday, and this it's probably something small, probably happens to everybody. But like if I'm using something over here, someone will come up to me and like touch my arm or touch my back and ask me if I'm using. Yeah, and I said that. They said, "Are you using this?" I said, "No, and don't touch me." I was like, it bothers me.
Damn.
Well, like I don't touch people. I don't touch strangers. So I expect the same respect that I give. I'm not going to go up to someone and touch their back and say, "Are you using this thing you're not using?" Like, don't touch me. I don't touch you. Personal space. Be respectful. Like that. So I told you I have a one strike.
See, that's the thing. As a medium ugly person, I don't have those kind of things. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't run into those kind of things. Like they don't need to confirm to me because I look good. They just be like, oh yeah, he's definitely not using that.
Oh my God.
I do have a question. Speaking of training, though, I would because you're training right now with good old Devon down at his school in Florida. So
get the tables.
Get the table.
Get the table.
Oh my God.
I was like, what is he doing, dude?
Listen, you better leave the Reverend alone.
Oh, of course.
Now I do have to know what is that training like in the sense of, are you going down there 5 days a week? Are you going down there 6 days a week? And then besides mat work, you know, because I've listened to Bubba and Devon both talk about their philosophies in regards to their school of not only teaching you things in the ring, but how to conduct yourself outside of the ring. So can you just like, you know, drop some knowledge and maybe drop some of them jewels that, you know, good old Reverend Devon is imparting on you?
Yeah, so I've been there for like about 2.5 months. and their program's really good. It's more like wrestling intensive, so there's a lot of training, a lot of reps. It's really fast. Devon's great. He is like, he works for the WWE currently as well as a producer. So he tells us basically everything we could possibly want to know. You know, if you want to be employed with WWE, you know, he makes sure that we're doing things a certain way, that we're mindful of, you know, why we're doing things. I think it's really easy for wrestlers to like just do things and not actually think about why they're doing it. It's like you guys are saying autopilot earlier. It's like people do things on autopilot, but it's like maybe you didn't need to do things in autopilot in that moment. So, you know, he definitely brings a lot more clarity to, or like just makes me reason, like, wait, is there a reason I'm doing this? Is this what the WWE wants right now? And just, he has me kind of just making sure my habits are ones that I want to have. So I'm being more conscious about like maybe that I, like, for example, there was something I was doing that was a very basic move, but there was one little mistake I was making. And I'd been doing that for 2 years because no one corrected it. So like I didn't realize. And he said, hey, you know, that looks great, but you're doing this and you shouldn't be doing that. I was like, oh my God, it's been 2 years and no one told me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I had to unprogram that habit with the proper one now, and now I got it. So
is there shout out Devon out here?
Yeah.
Shout out to the big homie.
Always gotta get the tables. You know what I'm saying?
Well, have you been put through a table?
I would no.
I think he was asking Bianca. I don't know
have you been put through a
table?
If she has or not.
No, but on my first day, I said to Devon, I was like, "Are you going to teach me how to go through a table?" He laughed. I was like, "Sir, I'm serious." He's like, "I know you're serious." And I was like, "But am I going to go through a table?"
If Mae Young, 80-year-old self, could go through a table, I'm pretty confident. I got my money on you.
Listen,
I
have to do something right now, Los. I gotta make sure you know something, because the wrestling fans listening are gonna lose their fucking minds if I don't do this.
Tell them square up.
Listen,
do you know where to find me?
Mae Young, no disrespect to Bianca, Mae Young is fucking a different beat. Mae Young went and punched Bubba in the face and was like, "You treat me like a man next time." She's fucking crazy. All right. Yeah, Mae Young is on a whole nother. No disrespect you, Bianca, but Mae Young different. Mae Young is fucking. Mae Young is fucking like. She knew back in the day when she had to legitimately like defend her championship. Like, oh, this bitch, oh, she could beat me for real. That's where Mae Young come from.
Okay. My bad.
Her and Fabulous Moolah, they were legitimately like, I don't want to lose.
Yeah, don't come after me.
I don't feel like it. Not happening tonight. It's a different world. Now speaking of that, because I spoke about liberties earlier and stuff like that, and I know that, you know, like I said, like, you know, you're in the beginning of building your house. You know what I mean? You're out here laying your cornerstones. But as you've been laying your foundation in these cornerstones, have you in the ring had to correct somebody or give a receipt like, relax, chill out, I'm an adult, you're an adult, calm down? Have you ever had to just kind of slow that thing all the way down, like, relax, everybody, relax?
Not yet, not that I can think of. Early on, like oh my God, it must have been my third match ever. Because I was green, I actually had somebody who had more experience than me by a lot. Sometimes people on the indies,
was it good experience?
Let's just say sometimes people on the indies like to stiff green people. Like, I don't know why. Maybe it's like some initiation or something. Rookie. Kind of. So I got, I don't know. It wasn't actually very nice. So I got hurt. And after that, like, I told my dad, I said, you know, this girl, like, for absolutely no reason, like, it was not necessary. I was selling. I know, like, sometimes if you're green and you're not, like, selling, you're making the person look weak, and then they stiff you, so you do a better job selling. But I was selling, so it was purely whatever. Anyways, my dad taught me you have to protect yourself, because sometimes people will take liberties. So he did tell me, like, because I have a judo background, jiu-jitsu background, one of our coaches did like catch style wrestling. he told me if somebody actually does hurt you, how to handle it, like grab them in a hold that they can't get out of,
armbar,
and
guillotine,
slow them down and tell them, like, you know, if you do that again, like, you know what I mean? You have to make them realize that, you know, it's not okay.
Whisper in the ear real quick. I ain't playing with you, bitch.
Yeah, and then tighten something.
Yeah,
tighten something. Yeah, because you know, when you're in that ring, like, your life is in that person's hands.
For sure.
And typically people, they want to work, you know, people don't want to kill you. People don't want to kill you. But, you know, you never know on the indies, maybe someone doesn't like you. And like you said, liberties, it hasn't happened to me since that first experience, thank God. But you still have that risk. You really have to trust the people you work with. And if you don't know somebody, it's your first time working with them, how do you trust them? But you have to, you know. People get hurt all the time, even working with people they've worked with before.
It's true.
How often do you look to your support system, like when things like this happen, like when you come up with, when you like run into like janky promoters or like bullies within like the industry? Like how often do you like utilize your support system?
Well, like I said, thankfully, like people I've worked with have happened to be like really awesome. I only had that one experience like years ago when I was green that I didn't like. After that, you know, no one's really been bad to deal with. And if I had to like use a support system, like I'd probably just call my dad and be like, hey, what do I do? But he wouldn't solve it for me. My dad's the kind of dad that would be like, you need to have this conversation with that person. And I'd be like, okay, you know, I might go to him for advice, but I'm not gonna be like, Dad, can you call this person and tell them off for me? Like, no, I'm a big girl. Like, I handle my own. So, you know, but thankfully everything's been good.
And sometimes I think that all we need is just that little push and direction, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Some advice, someone you from someone you trust.
Yeah, I don't and plus another thing too as well is that this you know, because I'm into wrestling, this generation more so you hear they're not as assholish as like you hear from like them 80s stories and stuff like that in the 90s and even the 2000s, like,
era,
you know,
and whatnot.
No, those guys were different.
Being a little punk, man up.
That's effectively what life was. Don't sell. That was a real thing. But, you know, probably still is now today. You know, so it is shout out that, you know, now y'all in the wrestling business, like the whole industry looks like it's changing from top down. It looks like it's just more like, you know, people taking care of each other because y'all are, I did this earlier when you were talking, because y'all are about that far away from catastrophic injury every time y'all decide to walk into those, you know, step into those circles. So
y'all are insane.
Circles. So yeah, literally, it's insane.
Every
move is that far away.
And this is coming from
your
not professional, but former, I wish, a former football player. You know what I'm saying? Like, where I agreed, like every play, I want to go crazy. Wrestlers, y'all got it. I'm not jumping off no turnbuckle to hit some. No, nothing.
But that's But I think that's something else too, and the reason why I appreciate wrestling, and that's why I actually like NWA wrestling. I definitely want to get into your NWA run and just how that was, because to me that is what, like, you know, that's going to be that's the closest thing you're going to get to like an old school kind of wrestling, whereas like they're going to give the good promo sitting there talking, maybe like they have a clear baby face, they have a clear fucking heel, there is a clear issue, and there is going to be a clear winner, and most of their problems are solved within that squared circle. But it's crazy to me, and to the, you know, why I respect the art form so much, I guess you could say, you obviously got to call it art form, is because these motherfuckers will sit in the back, and then somebody, you know, let's say that we're Undertaker and Mankind from '97.
I'm Undertaker.
They sat in the back. All right, man. You can be dead man. I'm Mick Foley. This is what happened. Mick goes, oh, you know, Taker, this is what I'm thinking. We're gonna start this match on top of the cage. We're gonna fight a little bit. I'm gonna bring the chair. We're gonna do some shit. You're gonna hit me with the chair,
right through,
throw me off. I'll come back up, choke slam me. You got to give me the double, because remember, the top of the cell's gonna buckle a little bit. Boom, boom. I'm gonna hit the thing. We're gonna do the thing. Everybody's gonna love it because I gotta beat the shit that you and Sean did. This is the thing that people need to realize about these motherfuckers. Don't get me wrong, some of them will lay out a whole match and some of them won't. But them big spots that you see, they sat down drinking coffee deciding that I'm just gonna go get put through a flame.
Who's gonna want to fucking
the you do it? Lay it on thick. Lay it on thick.
The bed of thumbtacks, dude.
One day Bianca's gonna be sitting there talking to Sasha Banks, talking about yo Sasha. So I think that we got to go for it, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna go, and then you do that, and it's gonna be perfect, and everybody's gonna be like, "What the fuck were they doing?" And it's gonna have all been their idea. They would have sat in the back, would have been like, "Yeah, chuck me off the ladder, and yeah, we're gonna do that," or they're gonna have that traditional wrestling match that people like Walter are having nowadays that are just fucking, a wrestling fan is like kind of busting their nut when they watch that one. They're like, "This motherfucker's crazy," and it's safe but not safe. There you go. So I guess that's why I just have so much respect for them, and it's kind of crazy that like you decide to like.
But I think also too is like people don't really think that it hurts because they're professionals. They kind of like absorb it. Can you speak about that? Because like I feel like me getting slammed, just even like in the turnbuckle on the mat itself, I feel like that shit hurts.
I did one slam in the mat. Literally, I did it to myself. The guy said just flip. I did the flip because in the gym me and Justin used to go to, they had he used to be a wrestler. Did the flip on the mat. I said I'm good. I rolled right out and said fuck this.
And even
I said I'm good on this. I was like, I don't want to do this. This sucks. No disrespect to you, but I was like, I don't want to do this.
Even like jumping off the turnbuckle and like when when they jump and someone they like miss or like they put their knees up or something. No. Landing stomach first on that? Oh no.
You feel everything go through your body?
Yeah, sucks. Man. I feel bad for RVD, man.
He's I was like, shout out to these guys. Y'all should get paid all that money.
That frog splash willingly. I'm like, nah. That frog splash would not have been my repertoire. I'd have been right. My feet would have been right on the ring. I wouldn't do no high flying moves.
That's why you and I sit down and Bianca actually gets into the ring. So how did you build up your body for those calluses?
Well, the first time, so like my first week of wrestling school, like you learn how to fall properly, and like the next week, actually I think it was like the next day, I was on my couch for 3 days and I couldn't like move my head like this, and I was like I can't even lift my head, and then your body like figures out, okay, she's gonna be doing this to us or good things to me. The body's gonna be taking those bumps like over and over and over, so it adjusts. And like now I bump and I don't feel anything. Like your body just gets used to it. Like it doesn't hurt. Like if you take the move properly, it doesn't hurt. You like absorb the impact. Like I think at first it's a shock, like when your body's never bumped ever before, it doesn't know what's happening. But then it's like anything, your body adapts. It's an excellent machine. But one thing though I was neglecting for like years is I was like weight training really heavily. I was wrestling in the ring, just like putting a lot of stress on my body, and I wasn't stretching properly and I wasn't doing anything for recovery. So like recently I've, a couple of months back, I was like, what the heck? Like I'm really sore, I'm really stiff. And two good friends of mine who I train with, they were like, Bianca, you're in this wrestling world, you moved here, you're going 100%, you need to stretch. And they showed me all these awesome warm-ups, all these different stretches. And I've started taking yoga now, and like I just feel better. No, just regular yoga.
I actually am a very big proponent of DDP.
Oh my God.
Diamond Cutter
and Legendary Lows have had beef. Like, he's the Beach Body. Fuck them. Shout out
Body's
DDP.
for me, man. It's for me.
Fuck Beach Body. It's for me. I do have a question though for you. So speaking of like, you coming, obviously you moving down to Florida, you're going 100 miles an hour. When you got a chance to wrestle in NWA, talk to me about that whole, because see, this is some legendary shit. Like NWA is some
it's been around forever, for a long.
Yeah, it's historic. Like
big, and then they decided, you know what, we're just gonna put on an all-female pay-per-view.
That was
that's what we're gonna do. Empower,
crazy.
Empower.
that was really cool. It came at the perfect time. because so in Canada, we had the pandemic. I couldn't do anything for like a year. And I had 1 year left on my degree. And I wasn't going to do it because I was wrestling. And I was like, I don't want my degree. Like, this is what I want to do. But I couldn't do it. So I was like, damn, okay, I'll finish my degree. So like my last week of the program, like I knew I wanted to move to the States eventually. I didn't know, how to get the ball rolling. My dad messages me and was like, Mickey wants you to be on an all-women's pay-per-view. I'm like, what? He's like, I gave her your email. I'm like, what? And then so I get the email from Mickey James, and it's just like, hey, Bianca, like, we'd love to have you
Mickey
on
James
our show.
out here.
Like, we'd love to have you on the show. We're doing an all-women's cup. She goes, we're also doing a tag tournament. And I must have been so excited that I read this wrong, but I thought I was in the tag tournament. And then I was like, I wonder who my partner is going to be. Then 1 week before the actual show, I found out that I was in the main event. I was like, oh, I'm in the cup. Like, I had no idea. So I went back to the email and I read it again. And I was like, damn, I really did not read this email properly. So I was like, triple surprised, because at first I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna be in NWA. And that was like my big move to the States. I packed up my car with everything for NWA, everything to move to Florida, and I drove from Toronto to St. Louis, did NWA. Then went from St. Louis, I drove by myself down to Orlando. Ooh. And I moved here in my little car. I had everything packed up in there, but it was like, oh my god, I'm going to be in NWA. Oh my god, I'm in the tag tournament. Oh my god, I'm moving to the States. Oh my god, I'm in the main event. It was like, oh my god. It was
shout out to Bianca out here. Out here. Shout out, dog. Let's go. Let's get it.
It was exciting. It was like, honestly, it was like the perfect sequence of events. Like, school ended, degree done. Go to the States, moved, whole new life. NWA, like it was awesome. It was like a whirlwind. And then I settled into life here and I was like, like I had like a breath, and then started at Devon's, and I've just been 100% focused. Like, that's it. I wake up, I work out, I eat, I work out, I eat again, I train in the ring. And I do that every single day.
So I do have a question for you. How many times a week do you eat? Let me see a week. How many times?
Once. I'm starving.
I'm like, sir. I'm sorry. No, because I was also pulling up something. I was pulling up a reference to the next question I was going to ask her. That's why. But I'm sorry. How many times do you eat a day?
Okay, so I wake up. I'm fasted. I go do cardio. I come back. I eat, and then I usually go work out again. Then I eat again, and then when I come home, I'll chill for a bit, then eat again, and then I'll do something else active, then I'll eat again. Probably 5. I'd say 5.
Okay.
And usually every 3 hours.
Okay.
Roughly.
So can you go into a little bit of detail on the diet, because I think that is something, massively important to people. Obviously, you got to work out, but you also got to understand what is fueling your body and what isn't fueling your body. So could you talk us through your diet a little bit there?
So basically, I put down my tea. I'm about to get serious. So I've been tracking everything that I've eaten, like all my macros, every food, for 2 years. Mm-hmm. And I've tried many different diets. I've tried different eating times. I've tried, one big breakfast, small lunch, small dinner. I've tried the whole 1 meal a day thing, the intermittent fasting. I've tried keto. I've tried everything. I've changed every macro. I've done from like 130 grams of protein to like 210 grams of protein. I've done carbs down at like 50 grams to carbs at like 300 grams. Fats at like 30 grams to like, I've had some days where they're up there, like 120 grams.
A lot, yeah.
I've played with everything, and that's the thing. You have to keep on changing your diet, because your body gets used to it. Mm-hmm. So what worked for me last year might not work for me this year. It also depends on your goals and how much you're exercising. So there might be times where if I am exercising a little bit less and I don't need as many carbs, keto would get me shredded. But because right now, how much I'm working out for what I need to do, like at this point in my life, like I couldn't do a keto diet. So like, it's so hard because there's so many diets. There's no right or wrong answer. But right now I've changed up my macros this past month, and like I count calories and I can't count macronutrients, and I eat really clean. I actually haven't had a cheat meal in like
is that even good? That's not a good thing.
Hold on.
No, hold on. That is not a good thing.
You deserve a burger.
I will.
Every week you're supposed to get a burger. Sorry, it's straight on the camera.
Hold on. Oh yeah, because listen. Your first year,
some Jack in the Box or something. Come on
in
now,
America, and you didn't enjoy Thanksgiving? Come on.
I made a very healthy Thanksgiving dinner for myself, but it was healthy.
Let's hear it. Let's hear the rundown. I want to hear the menu.
Okay, I made turkey. I made green beans. I roasted carrots, butternut squash, and sweet potato. And the only bad thing I ate was I had gravy on like everything. That's okay. But it fit my macros.
The gravy. It's all. Everything is over because of gravy.
I know.
Everything has been destroyed because of the gravy.
She had gravy smothered sweet potatoes.
Yeah, it was good. But it fit my macros because I ate carefully in the morning, so that way I already put in the food I would have for dinner in the morning in my tracker. So I would be able to enjoy it without messing up my goals. I'm trying to get abs.
You know what? You're right.
I gave up that dream a long time ago.
I want to let you know.
I never had that dream.
I feel as if it's our job. Like you can't be out here in Florida not having cheat meals. We know somebody who happens to be 6'5", 405 pounds. We're gonna have to maybe have to introduce this fella so you can have a cheat meal or so with him. You know, some people we know him as the Yo Show. Y'all may know him as Odyssey Jones. So we're gonna have to. I don't know if you know Odyssey.
Yeah.
We have to have him show you a cheat meal or something. This ain't right. You can't be living your life like this with
meal.
1 month. Jesus,
get us some ribs or something.
I will eventually. I'm just really like I told myself until I get like my bottom abs. Like no, because
you had a 4.
So
you're at a 4-pack right now.
I have the first two, the first row, the second row, they're like half there. Like you can see the top, but the bottom's not. Right. Like the bottom blends in, and then like you can tell where 5 and 6 are, but they're not like.
I got you.
Yeah, like
you're not there yet.
It starts to fade a little bit.
You can see them, but they ain't peeked the head out all.
Yeah, like I cut salt because I love salt. I put salt on everything. I cut salt not salt. Like I didn't cut it. I just stopped sprinkling it on everything. like a week ago.
What about the pink salt?
So I was putting that on everything too, and it makes you retain water. So then I stopped that because I'm like, for how hard I work and how clean I eat, I should have abs. It makes no sense. I'm doing everything right. And then I counted how much salt I was eating, like with my tracker on a day. And this was salt in the foods I was eating, not even the salt I added. I was getting like 5,000 milligrams of salt a day, and an average person eats like 2,000.
But then also too, you're way more active than the average person, so you can't even count that.
And I got to see the average black person, right? Too, because table salt does kill black people.
So table salt is real stable in the household.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's two killers. There's black on black crime, and then there's salt. You know what I'm saying? those two. I want to really look at those numbers.
Let's get out these murky waters. Get out these murky waters for Bianca. Let's get a little murky. Let's get out of here.
Hey sis, I seen you're also amateur chef. Like I seen you out here baking it up. You know what I mean? Your little pumpkin cookie. Like let's talk about that, man.
So because like I do eat pretty clean. Oh, so this is probably why I can avoid having a cheat meal, because I get super creative. And it's like a hobby of mine with healthy foods. Like literally, I have pancakes almost every day. Like I have dark chocolate chips every day. I make these sweet potato cookies. Like they're literally cookies. It tastes like I'm eating cake, but it's made out of a sweet potato, protein powder, and like a little bit of peanut butter. And they're the most. My mouth is starting to water. Like it sounds maybe weird.
Very like
it sounds right.
It's It's so good. Like, people I make them for, like, people don't believe me. I'm like, I'm going to make you one. And they try one. They're like, damn, like, how did you make this? And I'm like, it's so easy, but it's a hobby of mine.
You guys just got to create a cookbook.
Bianca Sophia's
treat. About 5 years, it's going to be.
I will.
I don't know if you know, Bianca. I also have started a new segment on BTB referring to the foods. So Big Foodie over here would love to do some reviews on your cookies, on your little treats and whatnot.
Okay. I have made a new thing recently I made it for Thanksgiving. It's a pumpkin black bean brownie with chocolate protein powder. And it sounds probably weird. It has cocoa in there too. It's 4 ingredients. I'm telling you, it tastes like cake. Like I can't.
Yeah, you're gonna have to make mail it up. Mail it up.
Because it sounds like everything you make tastes like cake. Is cake your thing? I know. Listen, it's been a month, and we don't know how long the journey to you getting your 6-pack and holding it down is gonna be before you get your next cheat meal. But I want to know what that cheat meal is. The world has to know, Bianca.
For real.
What's going to be that first cheat meal with all 6 of abs? You're going to eat. No. You're going to look down. It's going to be like, y'all ain't going to even move.
It's going to be, she's from Canada. It's going to be poutine.
It's funny. I actually was thinking about poutine last night because I'm going to go home after Christmas. And I was like, I should get some. But like, not because it's my number one choice. Okay. I heard on the radio that Arby's, it's not Arby's, sorry. I've never been to Sonic. I've never been there. And I heard they have a garlic butter bacon burger or something. Okay. And I've never been there. I like garlic butter. I like bacon. It's like a
perfect smorgasbord.
And, I want to try it. Like, it's
and get yourself
probably
some extra
gross.
Large fries?
Mm-hmm. I would probably go to Checkers and get the fries from Checkers. I've had those.
Shout out to Bianca. You out here tonight. She got shout out. You know what it is. You know what it is. Mm-hmm.
The loaded fries from Checkers. I've had those twice. Actually, I had cheat meals a couple months ago, and I went to Checkers. I had those fries, and I had to go back the next week for my cheat meal again and get those fries because, like,
they put crack in them.
Shout out to you.
They're so good.
My question is, when you cheat on your cheat meal, like, do you just get like a regular meal, or do you go like crazy?
No, I get one. Yeah, I get like one like main, so like a burger, like a side, and a dessert. So like I'd probably get like a cake or like a cupcake, or I love cake.
Yeah. Cake. Noticed. Just cake.
Oh,
you know what? On my cheat meals, I really just have cake.
I made a cauliflower, but I made it taste like a cake. I don't know. It tastes like a cake.
I swear to God, I could probably do it.
Hey, cauliflower, carrots, and vanilla extract. That's all I had to use.
Looking good. I'm not gonna lie. Go back to them pumpkin brownies. Them shits look fire. I saw them shits. I was like, I was ready to get a little. I wanted a shipment. I'm not gonna lie.
They're very good. Okay, when you're in Orlando, you will get to try the pumpkin black bean brownie. I promise.
Clip it.
It sounds like some real vegetarian shit that might fuck around be good. You know what I'm saying?
That should be fire on the low sometimes, man. Not gonna stop.
Yeah. Honestly,
I need more fiber in my diet too.
Like after the pancakes that I've been making, I don't even want like a regular pancake. Like they're not as good. I swear to God.
What kind of pancakes are there?
So
I'd be remiss if I didn't mention blueberry pancakes because sometimes I'm just be busting.
I can put blueberries in my pancakes. I do all the time.
Hold on a second. You ever had them tres leches from IHOP?
Oh, chill.
Tres leches. What does that mean? 3 milks?
Yeah.
Listen, let me tell you something. It's fire. You ever been to IHOP?
Tres leches cake.
Yeah.
Tres leches cake.
They taste like cake. They taste like trust.
You know what it sounds like to me? Because it sounds like Bianca has some beef in these streets with another chef. If we want to talk about pancakes and healthy pancakes, are you out here calling out Chef Pattie, the Rock's chef? Is that what we're doing right now when it comes to pancakes?
Oh, those pancakes?
Is that what you're doing right now?
You calling the Brahma chef?
Are we about to have a face-off? Did Bianca just say what it is?
I would love to judge that.
The Rock would love my pancakes because they're probably healthier than his and taste better.
So I am tagging him.
That was verbatim. That was Mr. Johnson.
Excuse me, Mr. Johnson. We want to let you know we are tagging you.
I don't call him that. I call him Dwayne.
Nah, I'm gonna shout out to Mr. Johnson. The Rock has been very influential on my. Like, listen, I probably that's the one celebrity I probably wouldn't know what to do. I just probably just be like, "You're here." I'm like, Rocky!
Oh my God.
Like, not it would be one of, like. I feel as if he would take it disrespectfully because I wouldn't know what to do. I'd just be like,
I would revert back to my 9-year-old self. I would go straight back to, like, instantly when I see him, resort right back. Right back to 9 years old. Rocky.
He's the Oprah for men. Like, come on, son. Like,
yeah, no,
protect the Rock. But hey, Dwayne, Mr. Johnson, you need to put Chef Pattie on notice. She ain't making pancakes like Bianca. You want to keep your games or you want to lose them, player?
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? She don't want to be a chef, actually. She want to set the goddamn stage. So goddamn Chef Pattie, like, she want to hop into the squared circle. She going to bring them pancakes in there on some New Day style.
Yeah.
Okay. Dumped on the head.
1, 2, 3. You ain't new to this. You're true to this, boy. The pancakes in the ring. Okay, I see you.
Boom, dumped on the head. 1, 2, 3. Bianca wins. Give her that damn chip. Now.
That's all I'm about. The hard way. All about the hard way. Bring the hardware back to BTB, Bianca, please.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, we want to crown. We already are a champion here. We want to crown you champion. We want you to. I want you back.
Yeah, you are the women's champion.
Talking shit. I want you in the belt, like, you know what I mean? Sitting in the interview, like, what? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then next time we can
just shining. Yeah. I'm the champion.
You saw Sasha fly off that cage, right? Yeah, I was going to take her that time.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Are you going to Mick Foley? I'm not gonna say that. Hey, Sasha, she didn't say anything that. I just said that. Don't give her no goddamn heat. We're having a good time. Like, it's all a good time. You know what I'm saying? Diva.
Yeah, you don't want to LeVar Ball her before, you know what I mean?
No, not at all.
She's the best wrestler in the world. She's better than Charlotte Flair. She will take Sasha Banks.
Chill out. Leave her alone. Chill out. We out here causing her no problems for no reason.
She's gonna get drafted #1 to Raw.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. Listen,
debut. I want her to have a championship match.
Once again, we got to remember though. All jokes aside, and it's a perfect segue actually. There's a lot of companies out there. So while of course everybody, WrestleMania is WrestleMania and WWE is WWE because it is what it is, but you can still do a hell of a lot of things at these other places, shout out to Impact, hey, listen, go ahead. You have AEW out here, and anybody who listens to me specifically out of us, they know my thoughts on AEW, doesn't matter. But shout out to them because they could potentially, you know what I mean? But there are a lot of places, hell, New Japan. You see what I'm saying? Shit, I don't know if PWG is around anymore. Were they bought out? I don't know if they survived or anything like that. I know ROH is taking like a break for one, financial quarter. But then they should be coming back. And I think they're taking a break for quarter 1, maybe come back in quarter 2. I forget. But there's a lot of places that potentially you can land. So what is your thoughts when you look at this? Like it's a good time to be a professional wrestler. You got some options, boss.
That's exactly what I was going to say, is that this is like the best time to be a professional wrestler, especially like as a woman. The opportunities now are a lot better than they were, but obviously that's like from a lot of hard work of like the women before, of course. But I mean, damn, like there's so many options, and that's such a nice thing because like before for a lot of people, I feel like it was like, a lot of people felt like, oh, it's WWE or nothing. And like they would chase it and chase and chase it. Maybe it just didn't work out for them. And then it's like, what do you do? But now it's like, let's say you chase it because that's where you want to be. It doesn't work out. Well, you're like, I have endless options. You can still travel the world. You can still make a living. You can still build your brand. You can do whatever you want to do. Like, I think
shoot for the moon.
Yeah, it's empowering. Like to know that you can like follow your dream, and then you can still like either way. Like you can like it's inevitable. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yep.
Hey yo, it sounds like you got the world's best problem. Too many motherfucking problems. That's beautiful. That's you on the right path. too many options. You know what I mean?
Too many options.
Oh, I said too many problems. I'm a dickhead.
I was like, how do you know?
I got 99 problems actually.
Oh my god!
What kind of research are these fools doing? What do they know?
So
check the garbage.
So B, can I call you B?
Yeah, that's actually what my nickname is.
Oh, all right. So we're friends now.
Yeah.
So B, who are some people that like you really want to work with?
Ooh.
Or maybe like a dream match for you.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I do this, right? I do this.
It's like, because like the way like my brain works is, it's like if you were to say like when it like wrestling is an art, like, you know what I mean? It's an art. Like, who do you want to collab with? It's like any artist, any wrestler, any performer that I would choose to work with, you're gonna make something new each time. So it's like I'm not the kind of person to be like, you know, I want to paint my picture with only like, if I'm blue, I only want to paint with orange. No, I want to do a painting with, you know, orange and yellow and green and like rainbow colors, every freaking color. And then like, maybe I want to do a painting with like, you can have 3-way matches, right? So it's like, then, okay, do I really want it to be with one person? Then I could have it with 2 people. And then it's a whole new story. Or I could design my perfect Royal Rumble. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's a beautiful way of answering the question without answering the question.
Because that's how my brain works. Yeah. Like, I think of all the women, all of their talents, and then I think like I could work so well with them in so many different ways. I could tell so many stories. It's like how do I say what story I want? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right? No,
I don't want to cap
too many stories. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
and maybe that's just like, you know, my thing in is like, you know, for me, like, all right, it's like, oh, who would I like to have? Not a dream interview, but who would I like to work with? And it's like, okay, really, I could make magic with anybody, but if I could get an NBA player, if LeBron James want to come on Black of the Berry, I'm gonna be like, yeah, this is it. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I feel like there's like something that is like a status, you know, like a confirmation almost. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you work with this person, you made this level, you know? So I guess that's where the question came from.
I feel like I would definitely want to wrestle like Charlotte Flair would be cool. Yeah. She's
legacy
like
versus legacy, that's fire.
Yeah,
fuck all that shit. Fuck all that about Ric Flair. I don't give a. If you talking about Charlotte, I don't care about nothing about Rick. Charlotte is fucking different. Damn, Ric Flair. Dope. Yeah, listen, Charlotte Flair.
I'm still thinking about that Hell in a Cell match. I said they actually allow women. This is crazy. I was like, this is this now.
Like Charlotte, like, yo, I be out here like, yo, Charlotte, you ain't got to do it like that. Yo, like that whole thing with Becky Lynch. Yo, let me tell you something. That thing with Becky Lynch, that you know, that program that her and Becky just had for that, you know, that Survivor Series. I'll tell you this. I know that Charlotte Flair is supposed to be the heel and you're supposed to like Becky Lynch and all that, but like real life bullshit, real life shit, I like Charlotte Flair way more after that. I was like, Charlotte don't fuck around. They were like, listen, I don't know if some of them reports to be are to be believed, but if they are, Charlotte was like, I'm not fucking around out here. Like, you know who I am? I love it. Shout out to Charlotte. She's got a fan in me for forever after that shit. She was like, I don't give a damn about nobody else. What about my shit? Shout out to you.
For real. So all right. So you got Charlotte. All right. So now let's think about like setup of a match. Like, what would you like? Ooh. Like, are we doing Hell in a Cell? Are we doing anywhere goes? Are we doing
Elimination Chamber?
Yeah, we doing Elimination Chamber would be fire.
That'd be stupid.
You gotta talk about 6 people, huh?
Yeah.
I think again, like now, like there's more crayons in the box.
Well, we can talk about single.
Yeah.
I want to say honestly, I would say a good old fashioned classic, just me, her, the ring wrestling match. Classic. That's what I like.
What Bianca basically told you to is that all your little gimmicks, all your little glitz, all your little glamour. She don't need that to get people to buy into whoever the hell she is and what she's trying to do. A chair looks nice, but when she decides to whip you across the rope and she just gives you a boom shoulder block, the place is gonna lose their fucking minds. She knows what this is. Keeping it simple out here for us, baby. That's what she's gonna do. She's gonna preserve that career. No, don't suggest that shit.
No.
She's trying to
it's a
wrestle
good
for years.
suggestion. It's a good suggestion. I would suggest maybe a lumberjack match with us being the lumberjacks.
Oh my God.
On the side of the ring. I want to be on the side of the ring. I want to grab her foot so you can hit her. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, they be grabbing the foot from the bottom. You know what I mean? You just snuff her real quick. Shit. Yeah, I want to slide you a little shillelagh. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna front. I would listen. I'm down to go down to Florida for that shit. If it was like,
you wouldn't want that.
We got your back. You know what I mean? A bumper so I'll get bumped out the ring.
I'm gonna slide you a ring and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like crazy.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll take my chances.
Let's do this.
Oh my God.
I'll be politicking. What, ref? What? I didn't do nothing. Meanwhile, you're just hitting her with a chair, beating the hell out of her. He just turns around, she's just passed out. I'm like, oh, look at that. She won.
What if Bianca wants to? Well, hold on. We're out here talking some heel language. What if Bianca decides, you know what? I want to go fucking kiss babies and tell people they can do anything they want in life, and I'm going to be able to show them how to get over adversity. We're trying to. So what if she wants to be a good guy?
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful angle. In that case, what I will say is I'll be a Secret Service. I'm like, whoa. She's clear. You can kiss that baby.
Oh my God.
Give a little corona test. Give a little corona test to the baby.
PCR.
She's in Florida. What is a corona test? A test.
Yeah, you're right.
Test.
You're
we
right.
don't do tests with a test.
Yeah, you're right.
Sorry. Oh
That's
God.
True. That's true.
All right. Well, listen.
You're gonna need security from groupies. I see it now. They're gonna be groupies. They're gonna be little kids. It's gonna be, people trying to get you to sign their merch and stuff. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there to protect. Hey, excuse me, miss.
All you gotta do is
I'll remember this. You be grabbing everybody's feet.
Listen, Bianca. Listen. Let me tell you something. People, I want to tell y'all something too. This is how people get fucked up in these streets. Yeah, Bianca look nice. Yeah. She is physically attractive. Yes, we understand that. But y'all, you heard what she said with her jujitsu and judo background. Judo background. So you fuck around. Y'all people fuck around if you want to.
Them shits work.
You get fucking dropped on your head. She'll throw you in the cab block and then throw you in the key and just go on by your business. If she want to sign your shit, she'll sign your shit. And I'm talking about when she become a star. Like, you will get choked out. Or maybe not, because you don't want to lose all that money. But regardless.
And BTB security is definitely on the case. So you might want to watch yourself. Okay. Right now. Because I don't know judo, but I'll throat chop the shit out of somebody.
Listen, Bianca, we do appreciate your time here. Because we do know that, you have other things to do. When we're recording, it's a little late here, and we know that you know what I mean? You're
go to bed really early.
Yeah. I wasn't trying to say that. Yeah, so you're on a schedule. You got things, you know what I mean? You did.
I'm ready to knit and have me a nice little hot glass of milk.
I already have my hot glass of milk.
We got to put you down like a baby.
I know. I'm a grandma.
What kind of milk?
Soy? Oh, no, almond. I already had soy milk earlier.
You get the regular almond or you get the little flavor joint?
No. Sometimes I get the vanilla unsweetened.
You don't get the little drink with the honey, with the little splash of honey?
What are you talking about?
I didn't even have that. I thought they had chocolate. They had chocolate. That's where I'm going with it.
They got the where the honey. I'm lactose. I know all about. Wait, where the honey come from? Talk to me.
You gotta go to Aldi's, bro.
Aldi's
got the little splash.
I've never been there. I saw it fine.
I thought that was a shoe store.
Nah, and it should be for the low. I'm not gonna hold you.
Aldi. There's one by my house, and I was wondering, but the sign throws me off. It looks like it's a clothing store.
I'm gonna tell you this.
They were closing down.
No, not to my knowledge. But all I know is Aldi. If you get Aldi, it's gonna you're gonna, instead of Oreos, you're gonna have sandwich cookies, chocolate sandwich cookies. It's gonna be it's gonna be all off-brand shit.
You know the off-brand, Dr. Mountain.
Yeah, cinnamon swirls. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But no. But talk about this milk though with the honey. Talk about that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
It's nice.
Looking like a true lactated nigga. So talk about this milk. Talk about this milk. Let's go a little bit deeper about this milk. Talk about this milk real quick.
Nigga, think about milk with honey, motherfucker. That's what it tastes like.
What's it called? What's it called?
I don't know. Almond milk with honey.
No, it's the blue carton, right? The blue carton.
Yes.
Almond breeze.
I'm gonna go ahead and check that
or
out.
silk.
No, bro, it's fucking off brand. It's fucking Aldi.
Oh yeah, you're
bro.
right. You're right.
So Aldi honey. So that's what we looking for. Listen, everybody.
I'm gonna send y'all a picture of that shit.
It's not almond breeze. It's cashew wind.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's a bullshit, but it's fire.
It's not almond breeze. It's cashew wind.
Niggas be running up in the almond breeze. Niggas be running up in the almond breeze factory and just stealing that shit. Have a different label on it.
Oh my god,
makes sense.
I hate all of you and I love you all at the same time. Listen here, people. We appreciate y'all time if you for kicking it with us. Bianca, immense thank you, and we wish you nothing but success in your career. And I hope you dump everybody on their head. And you know, obviously. No, I hope she does all throw them in the arm bars. I hope she just dominates them all. You know what I mean? Those people with the cage, set them on fire. Why not? Do it.
Yeah,
okay.
I could know that shit.
If Kane can be set on fire, anybody could be set on fire, B.
Fact.
Anybody. Look at Abyss. If he can go on fire, they can. Edge did it, baby. I'm not saying for her to get set on fire. I'm saying for her to set someone.
Bring the milk
fire.
truck.
Yeah, with some hairspray, the lighter.
They did.
Bring the milk truck, but instead of real milk, put this cashew wind milk in the milk truck. You know what I'm saying? Put that in the milk truck.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. It would be a little hilarious if, like, let's just say 5 years from now, we see Bianca in a program with WWE and she's with the milk thing. I promise you, I'm clipping this. I'm coming back and clipping this. You heard it here first, Vinnie Mac. We need some of them. I need some royalties on that segment. 25 cents per something. Let's do. I don't know what the math is.
I need royalties.
No, all jokes aside, thank you once again, Bianca. Listen here, baby. This has been Black
Food Review.
Berry. That is over there, Legendary Los. That over there is Bad Times. Bianca, before you head out, anything you want to say to the people, any future opponents?
Oh, shit.
I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you guys. You guys are great. And any future fans, I will not disappoint.
Hey.
She's going to choke you out. She's going to choke everybody. Night! Sorry.
Excuse me, sir. Is this pen clear? Yes, go ahead, Bianca. You can talk.
Let me look at this baby.
I'll be the swab
baby
guy.
Go.
Don't worry, I'll be the swab guy.
I'm collecting pens. I'm like, this doesn't look sanitary. No. She doesn't sign lead. Sorry. Only number 2 pencil. Sorry.
Oh, man. Piece of chicken, everybody. We appreciate y'all. Make sure you don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this thing. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And then also, too, comment under if you like it. And if you fucking hate it, comment, too. We don't know if you don't say nothing.
That's a fact.
Don't hate silently.
No, please.
Let us all know.
Yeah, if you're gonna hate it to my face. Hate it to my face.
Yeah, duh. It's
Bring
more
the beef
fun
to the
that
front
way.
door.
Don't you want to go back and forth? Tell us we suck, and we say we don't. Then you come out of nowhere with something. Like, come on, let's do the damn thing.
And then Bad Time.
All right.
Knock on your door.
Yeah.
Don't give away the secrets, player.
Now I'm about to say.
Let him be like, who's at the door? Oh, he's here.
Oh my god.
Don't forget, BTB security could also be BTB hacking security. Okay, all right now. IP addresses are not safe. All right,
guys. Now listen, we don't go down them avenues. Now we got Bianca here. We gonna keep it right.
You're right.
But y'all regular listeners, y'all know how we give it up. All right, peace out, chicken. We are.